Hello everyone, welcome back to the lesson regarding the Bach Partita. And I have a blank score here. So this partita is asking about the movement of tempo di Gavotta. Okay, so it says this is from bar 1 to 32. The questions are asking about analysis for bar 1 to 32 of tempo di Gavotta. And I have a score here. So this is the movement that they are talking about. Let's go through the question. First, they ask you to discuss the structure of the movement. So this is the part where you need to talk about form, musical form, whether it's a binary form, ternary form, and does the where can you find the main theme, and also the tonal system, the modulations, and how what kind of technique that Bach used, composition technique that Bach used. So this we will discuss in detail later. Next is to comment in the use of tonality. So for this one, I have remarked here, you need to describe in words where are the modulation with bar numbers. For example, bar 1 to 10. Okay, so it's something what major, or 11 to 15, and what key does it modulate to? So you need to list out the modulations from bar to bars in detail for this question. And we'll cover this later also. And look for this augmented fourth interval, these intervals, imitation, diminished fifth, and inverted tonic pedal point. So I'm going to explain also what does inverted tonic pedal point means. And also next followed by describing the chords. Second beat bar 3. So for example, for this one, they ask for second beat of bar 3, which is here. Second beat of bar 3, bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, which is this one. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to answer these questions, how to describe the chord fully. Next, also you need to explain what is the meaning of tempo di Gavotta. Okay, write down the definition of tempo di Gavotta. Okay, we're going to cover this, but before I move on to discuss about the answer, I would like to answer the questions that my subscriber has been asking. They've been asking about the full analysis of this Bach partita that looks something like this, and all the analysis, the detailed analysis are marked on the score. And I also give a very detailed analysis of what are the technique that Bach used in his composition. So this one has 130 pages of analysis like this, okay, with some marking on the score and description on the polyphonic writing in detail. So this analysis is quite detailed. And this analysis costs $130. $130. And if you're interested, you can purchase from me. The payment method, including for local, this is for the local students. You can use PayNow, PayLah to this number 98256286. And you can also pay, if you are overseas, you can use PayPal. Search for my account. This is the email address. Search my email address and you can do a transfer through PayPal. If you don't have a PayPal account, you can also go to the bank and do a bank transfer. And this is my detail of the bank. Okay, so hope these payment methods are useful. Okay, so this is the question that the subscriber always asks, what are the payment method? So once I receive the payment, I can send the entire file of this Bach partita in details through email. You can also WhatsApp me. I can also send you this through WhatsApp. 9825 6286. Okay, so let's move on to the analysis questions and see how many marks can you score. And this is a blank score of partita. So first question is asking for the structure. Discuss the structure of the movement. So you can see that in the beginning, there is this hidden double note spoken motif from fugue being modified from the opening of the fugue in the first movement. And it's over here. You can see this in the opening movement. G, G, F, da, da, da. Then after that, this motif come to here. E, E, D. Okay, so this motif has been modified and they are placed at the weak beat of semi-quiver after the dotted quiver rhythm. So after all this dotted quiver rhythm, okay, so I will have circled this in red. So this is something quite obvious here. Okay, so this is what you can see. So this is something that you can see here. Okay, this is how you describe it in words. Hidden double note motif from fugue being modified and placed at the weak beat. So these are in red. The motif has been circled in red. And this is how you can answer the full mark answer. Okay, so this movement, right, is in binary form. Thus, there are two sections. Section A is from bar 1 to 10, and then the section B is from bar 11 to 32. Bar 1 to 10 is the place where they introduce the sighing motif as a short ascending sequence. Okay, so this question, answer can be very short because you're only given 3 marks. In section B, we developed this motif with imitation, triplets, figurations, and sequential modulations. So if you look at bar 11 to 32, so let's find out where are the modulations, sequence, and overlapping of voices. So this is a section A. Section A, section 1, section A. It is from bar 1 to bars 1 to 12. Okay, so actually it should be bar 1 to 12, sorry. And then from 13 to the bar 32. So this one should be bar 1 to 12. So this one should be bar 13 to 32. You start to see some the motif being developed, and there are triplets, sequence modulation are being used throughout the modulations. So over here, you can see the motif is being used again here. These are the motifs. They are back here. Okay. And then Bach used some overlapping over here in the structure. So this this small little motif is overlapping with the sighing motif, the dotted note rhythm again. So this is a special structure that Bach has used. On top of that, you can see some sequence, overlapping of sequences continuously being used here. The sequence are here. Here, and then continue to here. Okay, and then you can see there are some hidden melodic note. G, this one's like a G. I use the pink color. Here, the melodic note start with G, and followed by F sharp, and then E, and then D, and then C sharp, moving down by step B, A sharp. Okay, so to describe this in words, these are things that you can say. The tempo gavotta is in binary form. Okay, so when they ask about the sample full marks answer for the structure of to discuss about structure of the movement, so this is what you can say. Okay, so section A is bar 1 to 2, where he introduced the motifs. Bar 13 to 32, he introduced the motif with imitation. This is something that we discussed just now. Triplet figuration and sequential modulations. They are voice entry that thicken the texture in bar 19 to 23, and the movement closes with descending scale patterns and return to the E minor by a final perfect cadence. Okay, so these are the sequential overlapping between the left and right hand that I mentioned in bar 19 to 23 just now. And it ends with some scaly pattern. First is in the left hand, and then after that it passes to right hand. Okay, so by answering this, you should be able to score full marks for this question. Let's move on to the next question. They want you to comment on the use of tonality in this movement. So you need to describe in words where the modulation with bar numbers. So in this case, you can see in my analysis, I mark out all the modulations for you. So in bar 1 to 4, which is from here, is start with E minor until bar 4. Okay, so from 4 onwards is a G major chord all the way until here with a perfect cadence, still in G major. And then from bar 12 onwards, it goes to G major, and then bar 15, D major. Okay, so my Bach's full analysis has pointed out all this modulation for you. So it's very good for you to study. Okay, so if you are interested, you can contact me to purchase this. And so for answering these questions, number 2, question 2, you can, during exam, you can list out the tonality like this. For example, okay, so this is for question 2, bar 1 to 4, A is E minor. Okay, so you need to write the bar number and what key they are in. So this one is 2, question 2, 1 to 4A in E minor. Bar 4, 4B to child, it modulates to G major. So this is what you can see just now, right? So in section B, It starts with 12 bar 12B to 15A is in G major. So these are in section B. So from 15B to 16 is in D major. So you need to continue to fill in the answer like this, okay? So this is how you answer the second question. Next, you need to look for an augmented fourth interval. The augmented in fourth interval can be found in bar 1. Can you see the augmented fourth interval? Two notes, they are four steps apart, which is from here, A to D sharp. Okay, so because in A major, the D is supposed to be natural. So if in A major, the D has a sharp, that means this is a augmented fourth interval. And the next one, the next question is asking about imitation. So imitation, what does imitation mean? If you look at some musical example, there are two types of imitation. Okay. One type of imitation is the same melodic line being repeated in different parts of music. For example, the left hand sing this melody and then the right hand answer. Okay, the melodic shape must be the same. And sometimes they are modified and inverted. Okay, or sometimes the imitation is transposed. Okay, so the melodic shape and the rhythmic pattern look very similar. So this is first type of imitation that happen in different parts. It happened immediately, but in different voice. Okay, so another example, you can see that between the hands, between left and right. So first of all, this introduce the melodic shape, and then immediately it occur in another voice. Another type of imitation is same voice. Okay, the melody will be repeated at the same voice. Okay, let me find you some example. Okay, for example, like this one. Okay, so this is the opening melody, and this melody is being imitated here. Okay, so just now the one is between right and left hand, between right and left hand, that happened immediately. If it happened immediately, it must be in different voice. But if it's the same voice, that is part one, this one also part one. If and the same melody occur later on, much later on, but in the same part, is also called imitation. Okay, and don't confuse imitation with sequence. Sequence also very similar. During exam, if they ask you to look for sequences, sequences is something that happen immediately. Okay, happen immediately after, right after this, and at the same part. Okay, so this is the difference between sequence and imitation. So sequences got two types. One is that immediately but different part. The other one is same part but it happened much later on. So sequence is something that happened at the same voice, same melodic line, but immediately and at the same part. So this is a difference. So let's look at the imitation. It can be found in bar. If you have the score, you can try to follow us and pause the video. Try to see whether you can find it. Okay, so if you pause the video and try to find it, and now I'm going to give you the answer. In bar 13 to 15, you should be able to find the imitation, like what I mentioned just now. As you can see in bar 15, can you see this melodic line is being repeated here? Okay, so this is called imitation between the hands. Okay, so these are imitation. So you can say in bar 13 to 14. So just now the augmented interval is in bar 1. Okay, during exam, you need to write down which bar. Bar 1 and second to third beat. A to D sharp. Okay, write down which bar number and which beat. And then also write down the letter name. For imitation is bars 13 to 15. 13 to 14. Okay, so you start with left hand, E, F sharp, B, E, and then followed by bar 14, followed by bars 13 to 14, right hand, E, F sharp, A, E, F sharp, A, D. And then followed by bar 14, A, B, D, G. Okay, so this is for the imitation. Next is an interval of a diminished fifth. Interval of diminished fifth can be found in bar. Let's look at the answer. 22. Then you can pause the video to look for the answer first and see whether you can find the same answer as mine. Let's look at the bar 22 diminished fifth, which is a B to F. Okay, so in B major, the F should have a sharp, F sharp. So B to F. But if the F sharp lower a semitone, so it become a diminished fifth. So this is the diminished fifth interval. And so you write down bar number 22, bar 22, third and fourth beat, third to fourth beat. So this is bar 22, third to fourth beat. And it is a B to F natural. And next is the inverted tonic pedal point. So what is tonic pedal? First, you must know what is the tonic key of this piece. The tonic key of this piece is E minor because it starts with E minor. Okay, the tonic key of this movement is a E minor. So tonic pedal meaning the tonic note E keep repeating itself. Okay, so look for the tonic pedal. If they just ask for tonic pedal, then you can look for the E that is at the base. So if the E keep repeating at the base, okay, and it passed through many different chords, for example, 1, 4, 6, 5, 4, oh, and so on and so on. And the E keep repeating at the base. Then we just call this a dominant pedal. But if the E keep repeating at the inner part of the music, for example, here, if there's an E keep repeating and pass through many different keys, then we call this a inner tonic pedal. Now, the question is asking for inverted tonic pedal point. So you can, inverted means the E, the tonic note keep repeating at the top of the voice. For example, if you have an E, keep on repeating itself here and pass through many different harmonic progression, the E keep repeating and pass through many harmonic progression, then we call this the inverted tonic pedal. Okay, so you try to search for this. You can pause the video and search for this, see whether you can find it. Okay, so I give you the answer here. If you cannot find it, I give you the answer here. And the question say the E tonic pedal is not sustained. Okay, and you can see it here. The E is here. It's not sustained. Okay, it passed through many different chord progression. So this is bar 28B to 29, or you can say 30A. So 28B to 30A, which is the first part of the bar 30. So over here, you can answer 28 to 30, 28B to 30A. In top right-hand part. Okay, next, they want you to fully describe the chord. Look at bar 3 of second beat of bar 3. Okay, bar 3 second beat is here. Okay, so look at bar 3. So this is your bar 3, okay? So the second beat is here. This is first beat, second, third, fourth. So second beat is here. If you name the note, you can see that there is a B. I use green color. B, D sharp, and F sharp. B, D sharp, and F sharp. Okay, so the main note is B, D sharp, and F sharp. And these are the three letters that can form a chord. Okay, these are three letters that can form a chord. And this E and G, they don't seem to be related to B, D, F. So we can just take it as a changing note. So you can see B, D sharp, and F sharp. From B to D, from B to D sharp is a major third. Okay, let me write one more time. B, D sharp, F sharp. From B to D sharp is a major third. D sharp to F sharp is a minor third. So apparently this is like a B major chord. It gives you a B major sound. So for this exam, you can describe the chord as B major chord. Okay, so this is the model answers that you can see in their music theory exam. They often describe the chord like this. If it's a B, D sharp, F sharp, usually they will describe it as B major chord. Okay, so this is the format of Trinity music theory exam. Okay, B, D sharp, F sharp, and followed by inversion. Is there any inversion for this chord? So the lowest note you can see is a D sharp here. The D sharp is at the base. So you need to identify this as first inversion. Okay, so this is actually a first inversion chord. Okay, by doing this, you get 2 marks. So total is 6 marks. Okay, so this one 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks. Now let's look at first beat in bar 22. First beat in bar 22. So the first beat in bar 22 has, let me erase the over here. Okay, so this is oh sorry, this is not the bar 22. First beat of bar 22. Bar 22 should be here. Sorry. So they are asking about this chord. Okay, this is quite clear that is B, D, F sharp. Okay, so B to D is a minor third. D to F sharp is a major third. Okay, so minor third, major third. So this time round is a B minor chord. And the B is at the base. The lowest note is the B. So this is a root position. So in your answer, in the answer sheet, you write down B minor chord. And it's a root position. Next one, look for last crotchet beat in bar 28. Last crotchet in bar 28, which is here. This is bar 28. Last crotchet should be this one. Okay, so we have A sharp. Okay, this one is passing note. C sharp. And then there's a E. And there's a D sharp. So when they give you 4 letters like this one is considered a passing note. And it looks like D sharp, A sharp, and C sharp can form a chord, which means it's a D sharp, F sharp, A sharp. The F sharp is omitted, so you need to write down on your own. D sharp, F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. Okay, so what kind of chord is this? So D sharp to F sharp is a minor third. F sharp to A sharp is a major third. So apparently this is a D sharp major chord. Sorry, D sharp minor chord because minor third and major third. So this is a D sharp minor with 7. Okay, the C sharp is a 7 note. So this is how you describe it. D sharp, F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp is a D sharp minor 7 chord. Okay, so this is exactly how they describe it. D sharp minor 7. Okay, so you have D sharp, F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. Okay, so this is how you describe it. For my diploma music theory student, I'll give them a full chart of how to describe the chords. And you can also see that the description of the chords is included. So the chords are here in Roman numeral, but during exam, you need to describe it in words like this because this is the format of Trinity Music Theory exam. So over here, you can write down the chord is D sharp minor 7. D sharp minor 7. And what is the position of this chord? Let's look at what is the lowest note. And the lowest note is A sharp. It's an A sharp. So this is the root note. If F sharp is the bass, it's first inversion. So if A sharp is at the base, then it will be second inversion. So over here, you write down second inversion. Okay, next. What is tempo di Gavotta? Okay, this is a very good, very easy question. If you look at if you purchase my music analysis, the full analysis, at the beginning of every movement, I would explain what is the meaning. Okay, so the Gavotta is a very gentle French dance. We always blah, blah, blah. And so this is the answer. Okay, so you can use this answer for the exam. This one will be your full answer. So you can answer it. During exam, you'll be given a separate piece of paper, so you can answer it here. Okay, so this is the explanation. Okay, I hope you enjoy this lesson and find my teaching very useful. In future, I'm going to share some explanation or the working on how to work out the question 1 to 4. So please stay tuned to my channel and subscribe and like the video if you find the video useful. That will give me some encouragement and motivation to create more tutorial for this AmusTCL Diploma Music Theory exam. Thank you so much for attending this lesson. I'll see you again in my next lesson. Thank you. Bye-bye.